Over the last few years, I've noticed something interesting. Everywhere you look, wargamers seem to be asking the same question. Why are games getting more expensive? Why are rules changing so often? Why is it becoming harder to keep up with the new releases? And perhaps, most importantly, why do so many players feel burnt out? Now, I'm not here to attack any particular company, but I think there might be a corner of the hobby that has some answers, a corner of the hobby that often gets overlooked, historical wargaming. So today, I want to ask, can historical wargaming save the hobby? Let's talk about it. Before we go any further, I need to explain what I mean. I'm not saying the hobby is dying, far from it. Miniature wargaming is probably more popular today than it has ever been, but many players feel trapped in a cycle. New edition, new rules, new army book, new balance update, new models, repeat. For some people, that's exciting. For others, it's exhausting. And that's where historical gaming offers something different. One of the biggest differences is that historical games aren't driven by lore. Because history doesn't get a new edition. The Battle of Little Bighorn isn't getting a balance patch. The Battle of Waterloo isn't receiving a new codex next month. Historical gamers can play the same period for years without worrying that their army has suddenly become obsolete. Many historical rule sets remain popular for decades. That's a very different experience from the constantly chasing the newest releases. Let's talk about cost. Historical miniatures are often significantly cheaper. Many companies produce excellent plastic and metal miniatures at lower prices than what many fantasy and science fiction players are used to paying. Because most historical games are miniature agnostic, you're not locked into one manufacturer. You can shop around, mix ranges, use what works best for your budget. That flexibility can make a huge difference, especially for new players. In many fantasy and science fiction games, the focus is often on heroes and special characters. Historical games tend to focus on ordinary people, soldiers, warriors, scouts, horsemen, leaders, people who actually live. That creates a different atmosphere on the tabletop. The story emerges from the battle itself rather from a character's special ability. This is one of my favorite things about historical games. You learn things you never expected to learn. Maybe you start painting a Roman army. Next thing you know, you're reading about Roman tactics. Maybe you're painting plain Indians. Now you're researching tribal warfare, horse culture, frontier history. Historical gaming has a unique ability to combine gaming, modeling, and education. And that's something I think the hobby could use more of. One thing that surprises many new hobbyists is that miniature agnostic gaming isn't some new trend. Historical gamers have been doing it for decades. Find the miniatures you like, use the rules you like, play the period you're interested in. Nobody cares if your cavalry came from Company A and your infantry came from Company B. The focus is on the game and the history, not on buying into specific product lines. That's a mindset that many modern gamers are starting to rediscover. Now, let's be fair. Historical gaming has its own challenges. Finding opponents can sometimes be difficult. Some rule sets can be intimidating. Certain periods require a lot of research. And unlike fantasy games, you can simply invent whatever you want. Historical players often care about accuracy, so there can be a learning curve. Historical gaming isn't a magic solution. Maybe historical gaming won't save the hobby, but I think it can teach us something. It reminds us that miniature wargaming isn't just about buying the newest releases. It's about creating stories, painting miniatures, learning new things, spending time with friends, rolling dice, and enjoying the hobby in whatever way makes you happy. Historical gamers have understood that for a very long time. So, can historical wargames save the hobby? Maybe that's the wrong question. Maybe the better question is, what can the rest of the hobby learn from historical wargamers? Because whether you play science fiction, fantasy, post-apocalyptic games, or historical battles, we're all here for the same reason. We love miniatures. We love storytelling. We love seeing what happens when two forces meet across the tabletop. I'm curious to hear from you. Do you play historical war games? Have you ever considered trying them? And if not, what stopped you? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. One more thing before I end the video. I just want to say something right quick. As some of you know, I've been researching the Plains Indian War for a game I've been designing. The more I explore historical wargaming, the more I've come to appreciate what this side of the hobby has to offer. We'll be talking more about that project very soon.